Oh, buckle up, because this one makes the Kardashians look like they're running a charity bake sale. Forget Real Housewives, forget love and hip-hop, this is pure unfiltered hood opera at its absolute finest. We've got Chrisean Rock, the Queen of Chaos herself, locking horns with Bino's baby mama in a social media cage match so messy, it should come with a biohazard warning. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more dramatic, boom, Tesehki, Chrisean's own sister, jumps into the battlefield like she's auditioning for the WWE. Now let me tell you, this isn't just an argument. This is a full-blown, internet-breaking, scandal-fueled roller coaster that has more twists than a Shonda Rhimes season finale. It's got the betrayal, the shade, the baby mama drama, and a sister versus sister showdown that would make even Jerry Springer rise from the grave clapping. What if I told you the screenshots? The lives, the comments are so nuclear they could power an entire reality TV network? Yeah, grab your popcorn, cancel your plans, and maybe call your therapist, because once you hear what went down, you'll never look at Chrisean Rock or her family the same way again. Let's set the stage, shall we? Because you can't understand the explosion without first smelling the gasoline. And honey, there was gasoline everywhere. So first up, we got Chrisean Rock. You'll know her, she doesn't walk into a room, she crashes into it like a drunk Uber driver. She's been through toxic love sagas with Blueface, endless social media wars, and now she's got motherhood strapped to her like an atomic bomb. But in this particular episode of The Internet Can't Handle This Drama, it wasn't Blueface stirring the pot. Oh no, it was Bino's baby mama lighting the match. Now, who is Bino, you ask? For the uninitiated, Bino is the low-key rapper who somehow ended up in the orbit of Chrisean Rock's chaotic solar system. And like a true black hole, she pulls everybody in, and boom, they're caught in the gravity of drama. Bino's baby mama, who already had a little friction with Chrisean, decided to take it online. And baby, when I say she came swinging, she didn't bring a knife to the fight. She brought the whole damn kitchen, screenshots, shade, subtweets so sharp they could cut glass. She was basically writing a dissertation on why Chrisean Rock ain't it, and the internet was eating it up like free Popeyes on a Friday. But see, this is where Chrisean thrives. You come for her, and she doesn't just clap back, she detonates. Chrisean went live faster than a Kardashian can say sponsored post. And what came out of her mouth? Nuclear-grade disrespect. She wasn't just dragging Bino's baby mama. She was dragging her whole ancestry, her cooking, her outfits, her wig, her eyelashes. Girl, she probably dragged her Wi-Fi connection too. This wasn't shade. Shade is classy. This was a blackout. Now here's where the plot thickens. Chrisean's sister, Tesehki, swoops in like an Avengers cameo nobody asked for, but everybody low-key wanted. And listen, if you thought Chrisean was messy, Tesehki said, hold my drink. She wasn't about to let the family name get dragged without firing some shots of her own, but the gag is Tesehki didn't just defend Chrisean. Oh no, baby. She low-key threw shots at Chrisean while defending her. Imagine your sister pulling up to fight for you, but instead of saving you, she exposes the skeletons in your closet and sells tickets to the show. That's the level of petty we're working with here. The comment sections went feral. Fans were dropping popcorn emojis like it was a virtual movie theater. Memes popped up faster than conspiracy theories after a Kanye tweet. Somebody literally made a TikTok comparing this beef to the Infinity War battle scene. In the baby mama? She wasn't backing down either. She doubled down, tripled down, and at one point it felt like she was auditioning to join the Shade Room. Staff, every line was quotable. Every post was a gut punch. She was out here treating Instagram like it was Madison Square Garden and she was fighting for the championship belt, but let's not forget this is Chrisean Rock we're talking about. You can't out-petty her. You can't out-chaos her. If drama was a degree, she'd have a PhD with honors. So what does she do? She escalates it. She starts posting receipts, cryptic messages, and yes, even pulling her baby into the narrative. Because in the Chrisean Rock cinematic universe, nothing is off-limits. If you thought you could predict her next move, you clearly haven't been paying attention. Now, at this point, the internet is divided into 3 camps. Team Chrisean, cheering her on like she's Muhammad Ali. Team Baby Mama, ready to throw hands. On her behalf. Team, y'all need therapy. Just watching the chaos unfold while sipping wine. But the real wild card? Tesehki. Because every time she speaks, she makes it worse. She's playing both sides of the field like a reality show producer whispering in the cast's ear, "Say something wild for ratings." And let me tell you, the ratings were through the roof. One fan tweeted, "This drama got more plot than season 3 of Euphoria." Another wrote, "I've seen WWE matches with less violence." Somebody even said, "Netflix, pick this up immediately, we need a 10-episode docuseries." And honestly, they weren't wrong. Because what we were witnessing wasn't just beef, it was history. The type of internet history that'll be studied by future generations when they wonder why society collapsed. If you thought part 1 was messy, oh baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. That was just the appetizer. Because once this beef hit the algorithm, it mutated into a full-blown social media apocalypse. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, every platform turned into a digital war zone. People weren't just watching. They were participating. First, let's talk about the memes. The internet works faster than the FBI, and as soon as Chrisean opened her mouth on live, people were already editing clips with WWE entrance music. Somebody literally put a rant over The Undertaker's theme, and I swear to you, it synced perfectly. Then Bino's baby mama's clapbacks? Edited with Mortal Kombat finish him? Sound effects? Honestly, at this point, the fans were putting in more production value than some Netflix originals. And then there's Tesehki. Remember how I told you she wasn't really on one side? Yeah, well, sis doubled down on the chaos like she was getting paid in drama tokens. 1 second she's shading the baby mama, the next she's exposing Chrisean's private business like, "Well sis, don't forget you did XYZ." Imagine someone trying to defend you in a street fight, but instead of punching the enemy, they pull your wig off and throw it into the crowd. That's the energy Tesehki brought. Fans were shook. One comment went viral. "Tesehki don't need an enemy, her sister already got her covered." Another said, "This ain't beef, this is family therapy gone wrong on Instagram Live." And just when you thought the circus was at max capacity, enter the celebrities. Because of course, when drama this juicy pops off, the peanut gallery of clout chasers can't resist. A certain rapper will call in this stir always in the comments. Because y'all know exactly who I mean, decided to drop a few laughing emojis under a Shade Rumor post. And boom, that little emoji turned into a full-on side quest. Chrisean saw it, screenshotted it, and dragged him too. Like, "Boy, don't play with me before I air out your business." Suddenly, one simple emoji looked like it might start World War III. Meanwhile, fans started speculating. Was Bino sitting back quietly, or was he secretly enjoying the chaos? Because let's be real, this was the most promo his name ever got. Some were joking like, Bino probably at home with popcorn, watching his baby mama and Chrisean fight for free promo. Others were like, this man better go platinum after this because he's been trending for all the wrong reasons. And the baby mama? Oh, she was relentless. She went live too, and if Chrisean brought fire, baby mama brought napalm. She came with stories, accusations, and tea so piping hot it should have been served with a Surgeon General warning. She basically said, "Sis, you're not special. You're just another storyline. And the only reason people care is because you keep the internet fed with drama." Ouch, that hit deeper than a diss track. Cue the public outrage. People were picking sides harder than election season. Team Chrisean was like, "Y'all mad because she keeps it real." Team Baby Mama clapped back with, "Keeping it real doesn't mean keeping it messy." And then you had neutral observers writing think pieces on Twitter like, "This is a fascinating study in modern digital culture and toxic sisterhood dynamics. Brr, it's not that deep, we're just here for the entertainment, now let me paint you the picture of the escalation." Chrisean drops a video unfiltered, yelling, "Baby on her hip," calling out fake baby mamas who need her name for clout. Baby mama responds with a screenshot marathon longer than the Dead Sea Scrolls, including alleged texts, DMs, and receipts that may or may not even be real. Tesehki jumps in the comments like a referee but ends up throwing more punches than the fighters. It was chaos. Pure chaos. Like a family reunion where everyone drank too much Hennessy and decided to air out childhood trauma on Facebook Live. At this point, celebrities weren't just reacting, they were choosing sides. Influencers started posting reaction videos, dissecting every word like they were ESPN analysts breaking down LeBron's jump shot. One YouTuber literally paused frame by frame to analyze Chrisean's body language, like she was decoding the Da Vinci Code. Vinci Code. And the fans? They started shipping the drama. No, I'm not joking. People made fake posters like it was a boxing match. Chrisean Rock versus Baby Mama, hosted by Tesehki. Some even suggested Zeus Network was already negotiating contracts for a spin-off show. And honestly, would you be surprised? This had Zeus written all over it, but here's the real kicker: the internet started digging. Because when you throw this much drama into the universe, the amateur detectives come out to play. Old tweets resurfaced, old videos got dug up. People started connecting dots that maybe shouldn't even be connected, like, wait, wasn't Bino spotted at XYZ event the same night Chrisean posted that cryptic story? Suddenly, the situation wasn't just beef, it was a full-on conspiracy theory. And the funniest part? Every time people thought it was about to die down, someone would reignite it. A new post, a new live, a shady emoji. Literally anything would send the timeline spiraling again. It was like drama whack-a-mole. You hit one down, another one popped right back up. By now, even people who swore they didn't care were addicted. One tweet summed it up perfectly. I don't even know who Bino is, but I've been glued to this drama for 3 days straight. Another said, this beef is my new Netflix. Cancel my subscription. And let me tell you, the twists weren't done yet. Because Tesehki, sweet, chaotic Tesehki, decided to drop her own live, separate from the madness, where she low-key hinted that Chrisean might not be telling the whole truth. Oh yeah, sis poured gasoline straight onto the flames. She basically said, I love my sister, but let's not act like she innocent. Boom. That one line broke the internet. People went wild. Wait, is she siding with the baby mama? Is this a betrayal arc? Did we just witness the family civil war? And if you thought Chrisean was gonna take that quietly, you don't know Chrisean. So here's the thing about internet beefs. They don't just end. They linger like the smell of burnt popcorn in a microwave, annoying, toxic, and impossible to escape. And this Chrisean Rock versus Bino's baby mama saga? Oh baby, it didn't fizzle out, it erupted into a full-blown fallout that's still sending shockwaves through timelines. Let's start with the obvious: reputations. Chrisean, who already had a rap sheet of wild behavior longer than a CVS receipt, managed to make even her fans question, sis, do you ever chill? I mean, we knew she was unpredictable, but dragging a baby mama while your own sisters throwing shade? That's the type of chaos you can't spin into a positive PR story, no matter how many inspirational captions you slap on Instagram later. Meanwhile, Bino's baby mama came out looking like a scrappy underdog. People who didn't even know her name before this were suddenly calling her the real MVP of clapbacks. She went from local drama to viral sensation overnight. For some folks, she's now that girl who stood 10 toes down against the storm known as Chrisean Rock. But let's not forget the real grenade in the situation, Tesehki. Because while Chrisean and the baby mama were duking it out, Tesehki basically hijacked the narrative. Instead of being the supportive sibling, she morphed into the narrator of the chaos, sprinkling in hints, dropping cryptic posts, and low-key throwing her sister under the bus. And the internet? Oh, they ate it up. One viral post literally said, Tesehki is like the Loki of this whole beef. She's not the main villain, but she's stirring up the most trouble. Another fan compared her to Kris Jenner, saying she was masterminding the whole thing just for clout. And honestly, would you be surprised if she was? Because every live she did, every comment she left, it only added fuel to the fire. But here's the gag. The public wasn't just entertained. We're invested. People started making prediction threads like it was Game of Thrones. Who's gonna betray who next? Is Chrisean gonna clap back at her own sister? Is the baby mama gonna team up with Tesehki and some twisted enemy of my enemy alliance? The possibilities had fans foaming at the mouth, and then bam, consequences, brands started quietly backing away. Remember how Chrisean was trying to rebrand as a mother, a musician, a businesswoman? Yeah, well, screaming on love about baby mamas and fighting your sister publicly doesn't exactly scream family-friendly ambassador. One PR insider even leaked that a deal she was negotiating went cold after the drama exploded. Ouch. Meanwhile, the baby mama? Oh, she leaned all the way into her 15 minutes of fame. Started promoting her own projects, teasing interviews, even hinting at a podcast. Because in 2025, beef isn't just entertainment, it's a business model. She basically turned a clapback into a career pivot. Respect the hustle. Now let's talk about the fans again, because the aftermath wasn't just about the three women. It was about how the internet digested it. People were making merch, memes on t-shirts, TikTok dance trends based on Chrisean's rants. Somebody auto-tuned one of Tesehki's shady comments into a full song, and it actually charted on SoundCloud. That's how deep this went. And of course, the conspiracy theories kept coming. Some fans swore this was all staged. That maybe, just maybe, Chrisean, her sister, and the baby mama were all in on it together. But the whole thing was a Zeus network rehearsal, a secret plot to land a reality show deal. I mean, stranger things have happened. Remember when people thought Sulia Boy was lying about being the first rapper to do everything? Same energy dot, but here's what makes this mess different. The family angle. Because no matter how much Chrisean drags a random enemy, when her own sister's name is in the dirt with her, it hits different. And fans noticed. The hashtags were just hashtag Team Chrisean versus hashtag Team Baby Mama anymore. Suddenly it was hashtag family drama, hashtag sister shade, hashtag rock v internet loves beef but sibling beef? That's top tier content. And let's not forget the emotional fallout. Behind the sarcasm and chaos, there's a real fracture happening. Chrisean and Tesehki aren't just random women arguing online, they're family. And when family starts publicly undermining each other, that's the type of wound you can't just slap an Instagram apology over. Still, did that stop the internet from eating it alive? Absolutely not. People were like, this is better than Netflix. Cancel my Hulu, I'm tuned in this 24/7s. The Rock sisters are carrying 2025 by the end of the week. You couldn't scroll without seeing their names. Even people who had no clue who Bino was suddenly knew his baby mama, his drama, his business. He became the dude with the messy baby mama fight, and honestly, that's probably not the legacy he wanted. And the kicker? After all the lives, the rants, the clapbacks, the tears, and the shade, did anything actually get resolved? Of course not. This is Chrisean Rock's world, baby. Drama doesn't end, it just evolves, because just when fans thought it was cooling off, boom, another cryptic post, another shady comment, another I said what I said. Like an endless soap opera that never gets cancelled. And let's be real, we wouldn't have it any other way. The aftermath wasn't clean. It was scorched earth, Chrisean's reputation, burnt, baby mama's name, trending, Tesehki's role, forever cemented as the unpredictable wild card. And the fans? Addicted, refreshed, and waiting for the next episode. Because in this digital age, scandal isn't the end, it's the engine. And if you think this saga is done, think again. Somewhere right now, another live is loading, another shade is brewing. And another chapter in the Chrisean Rock cinematic universe is about to explode. So ask yourself who's really winning. The sisters? The baby mama? Bino? Nah, the internet wins every single time, and there you have it, folks, another day. Another digital demolition derby brought to you by Chrisean Rock, her sister Tesehki, and Bino's forever iconic baby mama. Honestly, at this point, these people aren't living life. They're auditioning for the world's longest-running soap opera and the internet. We're all the unpaid extras, but don't even think about clicking away yet, because you know, this drama isn't finished. This beef has more sequels than the Fast and Furious franchise. The only question is, who's gonna flip the next car, Chrisean, Tesehki, or the baby mama? My money's on all three. Now, here's where you come in. Smash that like button, like it owes you child support. Drop a comment with whose side you're on, Team Chrisean, Team Baby Mama, Team Tesehki, or maybe Team They All Need Therapy, and a mute button. I want to see the battlefield right in the comments section. And most importantly, subscribe. Yeah, subscribe, because on this channel, we don't just sip tea, we drown in it. We don't just spill receipts, we deliver them in high definition with dramatic voiceovers. This is Trend Tattle, the only place where your favorite celebrities scandals get roasted, toasted, and exaggerated until they're juicier than a Popeye's chicken sandwich. Remember, drama doesn't sleep, and neither do we. Tomorrow it might be another fight, another betrayal, another sisterly showdown that makes Thanksgiving dinner look like UFC. And you know you don't want to miss it. So strap in, hit that bell, and stay tuned. Because if you thought today's mess was wild, baby, you ain't seen, so strap in, hit that bell, and stay tuned. Because if you thought today's mess was wild, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. This is Trent Tattle signing off. Stay messy, stay curious, and never forget, when celebrities fight online, we all win. We all win.